MTG here, and today we've got a really fun Homarid janky Homarid Tribal Legacy deck tech. And you've probably never even heard of that, because a Homarid is MTG's version of a lobster. So that's pretty cool. Let's get into it. You can't have Crab MTG as a channel without the Lobster Tribal deck tech. And these guys are so cute. Then we have a Homarid, which is 2 and a blue for a 2/2 at the beginning of your upkeep. And when Homarid enters the battlefield, we put a tide counter on it. And if there is exactly 1 tide counter on it, it gets -1/-1. If there are exactly 3 tide counters on it, it gets +1/+1. Pretty interesting, but awesome. We got 4 copies of that. And we have Homarid Explorer, which is really cute. And it's carrying a staff. A lot of these Homarids have staffs. It's really funny. 4 copies of that, 3 and a blue for a 3/3. When it enters, target player mills 4 cards. Homarid Shaman, another guy with a staff. This is the cutest one, I think. And he's got like a shaman necklace. It's a 2 blue for a 2/1, and we can pay a blue to tap target green creature. Then we have 4 copies of Homarid Warrior, also with a staff. 4 copies of it, and we can pay in a blue for it to gain Shroud until end of turn. But it doesn't untap during our next untap step. But if it's untapped, we have to tap it. Then we have 4 copies of our main win con, Deep Spawn, which is 5 blue for a 6/6 with trample. We're gonna beat our opponent to death with all these 6/6 with trample. And at the beginning of your upkeep, mill 2 cards, or else sacrifice Deep Spawn. So we have to mill 2 cards, and we can pay in a blue to have it gain Shroud until end of turn, but doesn't untap during our next untap step. And if it's untapped, we tap it. Giant Lobster. And then we have 4 copies of Viscera Drone, ridiculously janky card. 1/2, we can tap it to sacrifice a creature and a swamp to destroy target non-artifact creature. And then we can tap it and sacrifice a creature and a snow-covered swamp to destroy target normal creature. Crazy, funny card, ridiculously janky. And then we're running 4 copies of one of my favorite cards, Homarid Spawning Bed, which is a lobster spawning bed, basically. 2 blue for a 1 blue, for an enchantment, and we can pay 1 blue to sacrifice a blue creature and put X Homarid tokens into play, where X is the casting cost of the sacrificed creatures, and these tokens are 1/1 blue creatures. So I think a Homarid is a baby Homarid, and it's so awesome. They come out of eggs. It's just, I love the overall feel of this card. Then we have 4 copies of Tidal Control, which is 1 crab and a lobster in the same art, which is awesome. And I need that in the deck. 4 copies of Counterspell. We can counter our opponent's spells, and then delay them from winning, so we can show our wonderful display of beautiful Homarids. And then we have 4 copies of Herald Torn. When it enters, we choose Homarid, and Homarids cost 1 less to cast. And at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a Homarid, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. Then we're running 24 islands. And yeah, that comes our very janky deck tech to a close. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm close to 100, and it's just free for you, and it really would help me out if you subscribed. So don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.